All right, welcome back to Crit Catch. In the final episode of Soul Blazer, I think, unless the credits take a really long time. I'm Michael.
And I'm Skylar.
He has a...
And you will know before we do.
What?
If it's the final episode.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure this shit... I mean, this is just the last boss fight, whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, now the trick is...
Do you have Phoenix? Yep, you got
Oh, yeah, I do. I'm looking, because... I'll just use the bell. Well, it's...
I actually imagine the character sitting there like, bell or bracelet. Or...
I completely forgot about stage 1 of this fight.
What is... Whoa, hey. What? Okay.
The poor creature that repeats transmigration of the soul and cannot die. I will put you in a deep sleep.
Oh, God. Like I said, I completely forgot about this piece of the fight.
This guy's a bit of a monster. Oh, yeah, well, he's
No,
like
not at level 31 with...
Okay, well, that was... What, is Brooch is still alive?
It's a little skull with bat wings.
Oh.
Some people believe being constantly reincarnated means everlasting suffering. Being alive is suffering for some creatures. You will find out what I mean.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, he's about as edgy as Satan's.
What the fuck? He's awesome! What do you have to hit on him?
You'll see this. And there's no life bar, so...
Yeah, he has nipple lasers.
I mean, they're not really nipple lasers. They just come out of his little wands. All right,
yeah, but they touch his nips first. Watch, you'll see.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, they touch his nips. Like, he's got to charge him up with his nipple powers.
So the whole thing here is...
God, this is a little chaotic.
So you've got to kill all the little fire pillars that pop out of the ground.
Why is that?
Well, because once those are gone, that's when he does his little, like, that thing. And he's only vulnerable right as he's spitting his fire.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm not clear on something since we're fighting Deathtoll.
Yeah.
Deathtoll turned everybody into coins. Like, everybody.
In theory, yeah, that's what the story says.
Yeah, but King Magritte didn't want that to happen. It was his wife that actually did that, right?
I guess. I mean, it seemed like he was going along with it because he wanted to make her happy, but
right,
yeah, it does seem like that was kind of a major factor in him making bad decisions.
Fall to the power of my awesome nips. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Like, not giving this the appreciation it deserves at all. As soon as I noticed the nipple, because it lands. It
does. I had never actually realized that was where they landed. You're 100% correct.
This dude is, like, really into calisthenics, too, because, man.
He's pretty buff. Yeah.
Well, but he's just...
he only has... His hands are a little weird. I mean, I guess you've only got so much...
So,
what?
That's a long fight, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like my defense is high enough that like it doesn't really bother me to take a hit. I mean, I've still got an herb, so
I mean, it definitely could be. I could see where it would be harrowing.
If you walk in here without like knowing just how tough this fight is, because it's not tough in the like the dexterity sense, but it is definitely kind of an endurance mode thing. Like, think about not having the bell.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you don't have the bell, you come in here and you have to, like... Now, you have ways to get gems.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah,
like, you
clearly.
kill these little fire things.
Oh, hey.
Yep.
We have explosions.
Yep, we have explosions.
Well, okay.
I don't know, it heals me for reasons.
Well, for the rest of the game.
Finally, Edwomp defeated Deathtoll. Suddenly, Edwomp heard a small voice.
Edwomp, we decided to stay here and seal the world of evil. The world of evil is a dark world that exists in the back of creatures' minds. As long as there are inventions in this world, the same thing will happen.
This is like, as long as there's technology in the world.
We call those no-no thoughts.
I will stay and try and stop as much as possible. I like being with the no-no thoughts.
You're still young and you should experience more. And one day you too could spend time with the no thoughts. And if you figure out reasons for all feelings, all connections, and existences, you will be wise like the master.
Oh god, I like snarfed Topo Chico.
Well, at least your sinuses are going to be cleansed.
Oh god, that felt weird.
Edwomp, get going. I don't want you to see what I'm going to do here. The world of evil began to disappear.
Look away, I better start making animal noises.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a pterodactyl.
Edwomp, you made it. Like the master's like, holy shit, you did it.
I didn't think you were going to make it, kid.
This was just a joke. All the creatures have been saved, every last one, thanks to you. Why don't you go and see the world and all its creatures? Oh, no.
The ones that have the
It
no
had an
thoughts.
apostrophe in its.
You finally made it. First of all, let me say
That was
thank
not
you.
his voice.
Yeah, it was. He was Cartman.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He's Cartman. Okay,
I
that
started to
explains
think.
the voice.
I started to think of many things. I know this may sound strange, but in the human world, if a person kills one man, he is a murderer.
Yeah.
However, if a person kills 100, then he is praised as a hero.
It depends on context, King McGrid.
Yeah.
I became a king by this theory, but I always felt lonely.
Well, you killed everybody.
Yeah,
so, I mean, yeah.
You didn't just kill 100 men, dude. You killed the world.
Even if I had many men and beautiful women around me, I felt alone. Now I realize no man can live by himself.
Yeah, after your wife got blowed up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I'm
Dr.
going to
Leo
spend
exploded
all
himself.
the money I received from Deathtoll to construct and build a great town. This
That
is
nobody
my way
lived
of
in?
compensating.
So he still has the money from Deathtoll.
I'm confused.
But I also want to build a town where people won't have anything to fear, and they can begin to believe in themselves.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
Edwin, thank you very much.
Now to go have bisexual adventures.
I will build statues of you and Dr. Leo in the center of town. I promise to tell every generation about your accomplishments.
It's like actually just a statue of when Dr. Leo died, so it's just like pieces of him.
There's like a head,
Yeah.
like in the plaza, like an arm by the left wall. Edwomp, you made it. Dr. Leo can pass away peacefully. No, he can't. He blew up.
Yeah, there was nothing
There
peaceful
was
about the
no-
way he
well,
went.
there was something peaceful about it. I don't like.
Dude, you had to stretch for
I
that
did.
one.
I
Yeah.
did. And we hurt if they use us in the wrong way. Even though we would like to tell them not to use us the wrong way, we cannot. That's
This is a lot of weird, like,
this
moral.
is very painful. But well, I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's weird because again, that's been kind of the whole point of this. We've just like we were saying a couple of episodes back, like
being a shitty audience.
yeah. But I mean, it is true
The
that
cabinet's
like
still excited.
yeah.
Where is this? Oh,
Yeah, we're back at the little like mountain of souls.
yeah. Well, I didn't see the two little.
Gnome
witch
was
ladies.
really I wasn't worried, but Gnome was really worried about you. I don't remember if we gave this king a voice. Gnome, say something. Well, now the snail.
Don't you know me?
I'm
Know
a
me.
fucking snail.
The king is such a thoughtless man.
It's just like in molasses, like the king is such.
I really
Get
thought you-
on with it, Gnome.
I really thought you were about to do like a Gregorian chant of some sort, like.
The value of life depends on the number of days spent with fulfillment. Yeah, this was the whole like.
That's actually a nice statement.
Well, I mean, this was their whole point
Yeah.
about like the gnomes or whatever that only live a short amount of time.
Yeah, and they try and like live it to the best.
Yeah. Which again, goes back to that point. Like, yes, we were being a shitty audience because it's amusing right now, but it is still a really like cool
I'm
sentiment
not
to
gonna
see.
lie. I like the idea of the like the little gnomes that only live like 2
Yeah.
years. I think that's an interesting concept.
Well, so we're definitely going to play through at some point both Illusion of Gaia and Terranigma, which were the kind of two follow-ups in this series because
so did ActRaiser come first?
yes, I believe ActRaiser was first, but ActRaiser is more
sad mermaid queen.
now Dr. Leo is gone. Lisa must be very lonely. Oh, here comes Lou. He must have heard your voice. Sure.
Is Lou the shitty dolphin?
Yeah. No. Lou's the cool dolphin. The
Oh,
shitty
okay.
dolphin was another one.
I'm the cool dolphin, baby.
Yeah.
Hey.
Phew. Edwomp, why did you not visit me? Well, you were hanging out in the prison. I decided to return to my hometown along with my friends. But yeah, like because the whole series kind of revolves around this idea of like the divine and the relationship between like people and the world, and you know, being a shitty player, shitty audience or not, like it was really cool.
So just being a shitty player, shitty audience.
It is really cool to have seen this.
Yeah.
Because this was still in that era when we were like when they were figuring out on consoles at least that we've got the space to tell these kind of stories. But it was like multiple episodes ago where we kind of pointed out that it was weird because Turbo's grave is standing alone. When Edwomp closed his eyes, he tried to imagine the dead dog. Hey, look, the dead dog.
He apparated.
Like good sleep comes after hard work, good rest comes after an honest life.
Damn, guys.
Yeah, no, like all of this aside, like I really kind of like the messaging in this game, and I like just the overall kind of atmosphere. I mean, there's so much. Oh God, I'm just sitting over her while she's asleep again. Because
why are you being weird, Edwomp?
Edwomp placed the dream rod upon him. Because Edwomp still doesn't quite understand human interaction. I mean, realistically,
he is an angel. Yeah,
Edwomp has been on Earth for like 8 hours.
It's like showed up,
Edwomp,
got shit done.
I thought I would meet you here. I am all alone. I know that as time passes, I will stop feeling lonely. My father used to tell me, the key to happiness lies in patience, not in haste.
Yeah, no fucking shit, because this text is moving really slow.
I don't know whether you are an angel or a human, but I must ask you to do me a favor.
Show me if you have a...
No. No.
I will not ask you to stay with me. Only promise me you will return someday. You could tell me a lie, but I feel our promise will give me hope for the future. Please. Please promise me that you will one day return.
Well,
I guess, yes.
Thank you. I wish this dream would never end.
yeah.
Well... Also, why are you still, like, showing up in the little, like,
Dungeon?
underwater prison?
Yeah. Oh. Edwomp's just got out of here.
Edwomp, promise me you'll return someday.
Does
I
Edwomp
did.
ever return?
Well, just keep watching.
Did they get married?
So now we have credit sequence. Grass Valley at sunset. The glistening ocean. The restored world was beautiful. This was also pretty cool to see, like in the early 90s, because
Cool.
NES games, some of them had still had cinematic stuff,
Yeah.
but not quite. I mean, not that this is super cinematic. All the creatures stopped and looked at the beauty of the sunset, but like this was an effect that was not common yet.
What is this called again? This is parallax scrolling.
Yeah, when you've got different things moving. Yeah, and you can actually see like there's 3 separate lines at the bottom there, where like the very bottom of the screen is going faster than the middle is going faster than the line right
I
above
built
it.
a game in Game Maker and was able to make that little effect pretty easily.
Suddenly, a light ray shot into the sky, but no one noticed it.
I cannot imagine. Oh, was that him beaming up?
Yeah. Edwomp's like, guess I gotta go back.
Master. Holy shit. Whoa.
Hey, it's Lisa.
Damn, Lisa. You pretty. Her hair is...
Lisa was standing all by herself.
There's clouds underneath her sleeves and stuff. Do you see it?
Yeah, it's just the rendering.
It's like a cloud just smacks her in the face.
She used to feel lonely, but when she saw the sunset, but now she thinks it is beautiful. You know, there's actually, because this episode's going to go over just because we're going to watch through the ending here, but that's one of those goofy things about like trying to tell like a romance story
Yeah.
in a game like this. Like, just like her father changed impossible to possible. Lisa feels she will be happy if she believes.
Is he gonna beam back down?
I mean, we had all of 2 actual interactions, or like 3 actual interactions with Lisa. There was like going into her dream and like finding out that stuff. There was like her watching her father be just absolutely obliterated by a bomb.
She's like, why did you bring that up?
Yeah. And but it is kind of interesting in the sense that like games like this had to kind of stick romance stories, and we're gonna see this in future games we play.
They had to stick a romance story.
Well, no, I didn't. There was a parenthetical there. They had to stick these kinds of romance stories inside like the very limited types of interaction you could actually do. And in the case of this game, they picked a silent protagonist, which is always an issue for romance, or really a lot of friend or relationship interaction in general, because you can't really get a grip on your main character's emotions since they can't express them. Like all emotional expression, especially when you've got limited graphics like this, kind of comes through text and through how people respond to situations. Mm-hmm. And I specified the sense of visuals because there are emotions that are visible through body language, through the way somebody reacts when they hear something or see something, but it's almost ultimately always tied back to the verbal or the linguistic somehow, because that's how you articulate what you're feeling. And so when you have a silent protagonist, everyone else is just going to be like, I love you, Edwomp, or like person with no name.
It's like everybody being super thirsty for Link.
Yeah, yeah, like Link, whose like most romantic phrase is ah, like that's yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. They're like, man, that is some hot ass.
Talked in that show.
Yeah.
Excuse me, princess.
Oh god,
I've never watched those.
Fridays and the Super Mario Super Show. All right.
Is there a little epilogue?
There is. That's why we're watching all the way through. My follower, tell me what is on your mind. I do not know what has happened between you and that girl. Not a whole lot, honestly. However, being attracted to a human means that you have not yet established yourself as a heavenly creature.
Taking your wings away?
Like HAL 9000. A year has now passed, but your feelings have not changed. I can't allow you to do that, Edwomp. Maybe you should try living as a human being. Learning how they live.
As a human being.
Be warned, though. Once you go down to Earth, you will lose all memory. Cool. That's exactly how romance works.
Yes.
Hey, I love this girl.
Oh my god,
Who?
Edwomp, you're back! I'm sorry?
Hey.
My name was fucking Edwomp?
Turbo, I feel something strange in the air today.
Did she read?
It's the goat farted.
What's wrong with me?
Oh no! Edwomp just.
Yeah.
Edwomp? Is that you?
I don't know. But why would I ever have such a dumb name?
Oh my. I knew you would come back.
The goat's just eating her hair.
What is wrong?
That goat's eating your hair. That's a.
Don't you remember me? It's okay. You don't have to worry. I can tell by the look in your eyes. It's me, Lisa.
Thanks.
Daughter of Dr. Leo, the Avenger.
I don't.
This is like one of those circular things. Like, I am using information you don't remember to help you remember me. What?
Well, okay. You have never lied to me.
That's a good character trait for me to know about myself.
It's just hard to believe you lost all your memory.
Is it better to say yes?
No.
Oh.
All right, I want to ask you again.
I think she like says something about like you don't have to lie to me or something.
I guess I have to change my way of thinking. We can create many new and wonderful memories together.
I wonder, like, how much does Edwomp not remember? Like, does he know how to use the bathroom? Is Lisa going to have to teach him this?
He tries to take a step forward and it's crumbles.
Lisa, my stomach hurts. And something smells. What?
Come Come on, man.
This dog, he looks like a dog I used to have. That is why I call him Turbo. The goat looks like a... What the... Lisa, I have... Well, I guess Edwomp, Edwomp hasn't seen Turbo, but I have seen Turbo, and that dog and that goat are... The ghost is like, sure, man.
She feeds me.
He's like blinking.
Is that what's going on?
Honestly, the goat's probably Turbo reincarnated because that you're supposed to like take that reference. Yeah. The end. Well, that was Soul Blazer.
I actually really liked it, man.
No, it is honestly like it's a really like good memory of a game for me, just because I mean it was a very formative one, but I think part of why it was formative was because it does have that extra step beyond the traditional gameplay stuff going on. Like, it was this attempt to instantiate kind of deeper philosophical messaging into games, especially in an era when games like the Super Nintendo was so much about, hey, look, it's everything the NES was, but better, but so super. Yeah, but exactly. Well, that's Nintendo's always sold it on that, but it was exactly that. It's like, but super, but that applied primarily
was that actually
to
a thing. Well, anyways, tell you.
Well, it's just like their naming scheme, like Super Mario World or like Super Punch Out, and they did the same thing with N64. It's like everything, but it's 64-bit. Because Nintendo's always sold stuff on like the greater toy gimmick.
Yeah.
But so to have this era where everything's like more colorful, more play oriented, bigger space. Well, in theory, yeah, you should expect that to mean better story and better presentation. But this was at the front end of that, when mostly people were still kind of smitten with the new colors and like the Mode 7 and F-Zero kind of games, or the bigger exploration in Mario. And so this was really cool for me to look back on and think about all these little philosophical elements.
This kind of being a very like nostalgic game for you, it's interesting because it kind of does inform a little bit about like what qualities you love in games, and I can see why.
Yeah, there's definitely a big piece of that.
Why you enjoyed this one. And jokes and stuff aside, actually a really cool game.
Yeah.
So I think like had I had this when I were younger, I would have really enjoyed it. So
well, cool. Well, thank you everybody for following along on our Soul Blazing here. And I don't know what we're going to play next, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and it's a good time we're ending because I'm getting really burpy from that.
Yep, from the topo. Yeah. All right, well, we will see everybody next time on Crit Couch.
Yeah.